Okay, a lot of you guys would like to know more about how this Tint-Off competition works. Sponsored by the International Window Film Association and the Tint-Off magazine. It's held annually in different locations. It's been in Las Vegas. It's been in Memphis, Tennessee, and next year it's going to be in Tampa. And I think this competition here on September the 21st or the 20th through the 22nd was located in Louisville, Kentucky. What you're seeing here is I'm actually in one of the heats in the preliminary round of the side window portion of the competition. And this year there was 52 competitors. There were 56 who actually signed up, and some were disqualified before they even started because they were late to the meeting. But this competition involves a 10-minute period of time before the 20 minutes that you get to tint the side windows. It's a setup time, the 10 minutes, and I was not only we did much footage in that time, but I was allowed to set my stuff on the table, get my bucket and everything unpacked, get everything ready to tint. You're not supposed to touch the car during that 10 minutes of time. However, there was an exception made in this competition where we could roll the rear doors up because some of us like to work off the glass. I was allowed to do that. I also was able to retrieve the film that I was going to use. There's several tables with different rolls of film on it, and I picked the film that I was able to use. The only films that we're able to use are the ones that are provided by the sponsors. That's how it works. You can't bring your own film. I wish they would change that rule, but anyway, that's what the rule is. Uh, the beginning of this video actually shows me in the beginning of the competition where I have 20 minutes to complete one side window on the car. On the other opposite side of the car is another gentleman that's doing the same thing I am, and all we are to do on this round on this car is tint that side window. Um, right now, I'm approximately into the cutting of phase of what I'm going to do. I'm trimming the film, getting it sized up. The car is going to be judged by 3 judges, and they're going to judge me by lots of different factors. I won't go into all the details, but so basically quality over time. The time is only considered when there's a tie. So I was more interested in trying to do the best job I could instead of trying to have the fastest time. There's the other gentleman there. He's doing the same thing. There's also, and you may catch glimpses of this, there's a judge in front of each car in an orange shirt referred to as a proctor. There is a portion of my score that's considered based on how I interact with that proctor. In the preliminary round, they allowed us to fill out a warranty card, and I took advantage of that 10 minutes and filled out most of my card. However, during this portion of the competition where I've got the 20 minutes to tint this window that you're seeing me do now, I'm going to come up at the end of the competition right before the 20 minutes is up, and I'm going to get my proctor to sign the warranty card, and I'm going to give them some brief instructions, not to roll their window down and some things they can expect in the curing period before I'm supposed to call time or hold up my sign. This year there was a lot of controversy, I guess, around the competition. I'm not gonna approach the competition and say that I didn't win because I felt like I was cheated or anything like that. I'm really not gonna say that because there's a lot of other good tinters at this competition, and I've always felt to win this competition, and I'm gonna stick to my story from day one. You've got to be a good tinter. Yes, you've got to have the skills to win, but you've got to have some luck on your side too. You can be the best tinter in the world and not win this competition if you don't have luck. Um, the way I'm going to approach, I'm going to be real careful the way I approach what some of the complaints were about this year. Um, I believe that some people were saying that the judges were partial to some contestants and not others. And that could be true, but it's also could not be true. I was, I guess here's what my opinion is. In the private meeting that the contestants had with the judges, I don't believe it should have been announced that which heat, each competitor was going to be working on, because the judges had knowledge of the cars and who was working on them. I'm not saying the judges did anything wrong, but at least if the judges had not known which person worked on which car, there would be no room for error there. It would be anonymous, and it would be it could be a more fair competition, and you would have nobody complaining. But that didn't happen this year, and I think it opened the doors for some complaints, and of course it did. And I believe if they're going to have another competition next year, which they will in Tampa, they may want to consider not doing that. Another thing that I think made a lot of people upset is rules are black and white and they're in writing, and I don't believe they should change. Some rules were verbally changed. Like in the beginning, in the 10-minute preliminary time, I was able to touch the car because they told me I could because of the window being rolled down. But in the rules, it said any competitor who touched the car would instantly be disqualified during the preliminary period, which I did, but I wasn't disqualified. The reason I was disqualified in this competition, despite my high score of this window, I did a really good job, and I had a high enough score to maybe do something in that final round. We'll never know. But I got disqualified because when I was done with the window, I was happy with it, and I didn't hold the sign up in the 20 minutes that they gave me to tint the window. But in the rules, it clearly stated that any competitor who didn't hold their sign up or didn't finish the window within the 20-minute period of time would be disqualified. But in the meeting, it was also mentioned that if you decided to leave, or if you decided to take the entire 20 minutes, that you would be scored on what you had left. I was very happy with what I had left, and I was scored on what I had left, and I had a very high score. But yet I was um, disqualified because of the rules that were stated in black and white. It's funny because sometimes people don't remember which rules they change and which rules they don't, but that's what happened, and I was a victim, and I'll be back next year, and we'll try to not make the same mistake twice. But it looks like I'm just kind of trucking along. I had my own theory about, how I should. There's a friend of mine there who's kind of struggling there. He had some spots in his film that was perhaps from the glue. I had the same situation going on with my film, but I knew I didn't have an opportunity to rip mine off and start over, so I just kind of went with what I had. I don't know at this moment if I was counted off for those spots, because I did mention it to the proctor, who supposedly mentioned it to the judges, who probably wouldn't have taken off for that if there was an actual problem with the film. So I just chose to go with it and try to get out of it from the judges, knowing that there was a problem with the film that was out of my control. I will get back with you on what was going on with that. As you see here, though, I'm spending a lot of time cleaning my window, which I didn't do last year. You're gonna be judged on if this window is customer ready, and customer ready is going to mean that this window's got to be hard tooled, free and clear of streaks, and of course bubbles and contamination. And see, I'm cleaning the outside. Before I started, I even cleaned the mirror, and so now I'm spending all my time just pretty much cleaning everything up. And soon I'll be packing up all my tools. I can't have any tools on the ground. I've got to have them all on that table. Here at the very end, I'm gonna finish up with my proctor, and I think we'll see that my footage got cut off just a little bit short, maybe seconds short, so you could not see the actual end of time. That gentleman there, he's finished. He's holding his sign up. I'm gonna try to utilize my entire 20 minutes because I don't want to leave any stone unturned here. I'm gonna clean up my window. I'm feeling good about it. I probably here in a second notice that I forgot to put my roll down sticker on, but I'm gonna catch that, no problem.